Mengbe Kering.
Nkafo wole nyama.
Badi nyinde atebe kodi ma bade te me yaron ko Home Digital FM 99.9 ani Mengbe Kering TV wole nyin sabalena atol mini yaron ko alkasafaro le ke fir fewol le bal bodo alafta kabin kankula ning alnata Home Digital FM jamu kankular bondal te dami yaron ko ning e kankula dunia bele kalong e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna ando manna da wala atul mini alon ko project ko bale bulu gabia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole nyim project ko kalamuta janne mudulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami alon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix ngana murung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami alon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online tv ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ese ku jama lonje ntelu dum mobundale timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yuro wande kanda malu ke kilomoti wala munna lo kan kunoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do lafta mole kala motande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commandi plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220 734 3125 hanside ning altulbe diaspora alsenna whatsapp command nole plus 44 777 1676 759 wala Mengbe Kering nka fo wala nyama andum fanan nka ke wala nyama.
Assalamu alaikum badi wolo butun ko ngafnya men don na wat programme wato sita mi yalla wolen sula kacati la mala be dawla banku kanim banku la bantala kal bismillah bi fanan alla programme ka me sula kacha bi sula kacha nal ben fe lokun wala talalung tambila ngamin kacha dun wala muyenti na ya butun kacha ka wala bal bi lafta kacha sambala fanna min na nala ben fe kunun birkama area council la chairman ba to yala men kata yankuba dabota na la timo be iketa dulal timini yalon ko ye kodo fere ka kodo bondi ya di ila council molla min be tundol be kan kodo dila min tala kanyan fo 500,000 wala wili kemme lulu ya dila ka je ko ya ske ila da pansol min nyanta kala kodo se mensi ila tundol kan wala wodol kan butu wakanna bi lafta ka wala bonna bari butu comme ngam fantara min kono dron tubabu kan yo bawo bari do ko nyin ko tubabu do ko tubabu la do ko so ni be tubabu la do ko la it means ko be tubabu la kan wala fala bari na banko kan jam min ka dianteri baake ka futa minuma wala mun na moluti men yalon ko wolle sindi official kono pour nga tubabu la do ko ngame nyin to fon be fon frem la nga bondi tubabu la do ko la ko tol manta do ko kan tubabu le kotake mbe do ko ke fangolle woto fondon do ko nyin bala note je le bang ko la ne ko tubabu la do ko sa nim bala note je tubabu la do ko sa do ko jumal le bala no be min wo mu jumal la do ko wo fana ni nyin karo ke wo fana ni way jabiro soto a jabiro te ben na pake katum batirin na min na fol no ta hani ba fula jabiro hani wonte amanta ye ndeda nyamen de san ntolu ko taka wole nyama man kam fongol la choice ti bar butu man fere soto bawo nal haklo ben independent kacha kan ke baya fole ako kabirin tubabu karam be dunna nyim banko kan e ka sefol dingolu e ka wolel folo samba yete sinni makati e bondi la mol bulu yeta completely samba makati enin tubabu dam mal ka tara ye sai wala tenne ko tubabu karango katun tubabol le ke karandi andi be tubabol la kan wala karandi kan wala ne ko tubabu karan ako tubabu karan kono fana inata ke ninna kay nina mol bondi nyoko to mini fon wulu ni ka bonan makati kana birkama jang wala kata dinkra dolu tubabol kam min fo ni tata ilawo jiminda bal min be lori lawo fata ba iri fatol to ay lawo sta fatol be sakira kunda kani min ala wo jiya jam sotolo way no sotolo ay courant sotolo ni min ala don e problème mo sotolo ay kayne fande di no haklo kono nindi no fana nata jang ke mi wala ka kole aba bari nyindi nin dol min fana be je wolle kata kun ko to ka seno ke ka ko be ke wo seno be ke ni ko kole ala bari si se dundum ba fele jang mi ya lon ko mo buka ma su kono hanu seli ngol buka muta bari nin nyin tibabu talibo nata min botna makati nabe murle bo tisi dundum ba dilala mini kata kun ko to wolto domola mini kata tande ko to wolto domola bari ba dila ya samba ya itanda ko telefisa ta nin dolti katu atetin tubabol le buru nyin ko tata abe katan na kungol kono tubabol la fero mo wolti egmaje soksita itol seita yem fingol letu jang lamini finnin Omar Fing Aliou Fing Bakari Fing yo letu jang barintol hanun ko mutuba bolet mbalo finta bari because bren yemin ya wos nyamen e tubabo la miro keje so wo miro atinna putun te jam fala to baka ba sawo sanen haten dunga je ya reyin kol bu nyinyoto bidu na sura kacha ko mbe min fu ko to wala munyindi mina bikama area council yewo tine ba min bondi ila kufo kono tumara min na kiamano ye la mol kumandi kawo di la momo ye murila wodo mol kan ya dundira sura kol kunna asemensi bari a ditale nak mbe kaytoli jelale annum be tubabo la kangol moy la be kala tubabo kangol manna opportunity soto fang e safo mo kilena ya wakila ya sate ila mol la kangol le kata minu ya ko samye ta kadila surwal beje jolal beje fulol beje manen kol beje si beje anun do gamen ada opportunity kilin soto ne mani ka kan fo jang west coast akata tundol min bele be ba moyla le denunu andu mebi ne jola kan fo nan fo jama ba moyla ne surwa kan fo nan fo jama ba moyla bari bi mole mobe sa min na ni yafo amanka fenti bari mani ka kan o itara fo ni yafo je ibe jabila wala itata dawda west coast kono jay ba moyla le denu ninga tala ngay mira sifal different mirol bonina kungol kono iba jela kaloka sata chamano nata dandalar bake kaytandi ko nyin kodo min kadi kiya kadi alla ten al kasamba la tundol kan wolmu alla wodol ka wolmu fende mi yalan ko ngakodo kele ngaboni dimbala kono wala nimi ya sambe sato ko dimba kodo be bul ni fana ya kalas wo dimba kele fana ni wo fesla bal be min kala don fonsa bondi bawo west coast ko la kolam annu suola kolam su kacang mo la kolam fon course to demande bare all that menna kato be kelale nga bondi saje ale la moyala nga be ngal la moyala butum mba nyaadi la mba juju wolu anin pala mbajo ma wol ab kolale bulu bare next time mbe daniro kelale ni ngatara ñi fenku malbe fintila min be ko abe fintila min kan aka futa min be fango konti boala dukare nganna saferol kettu babu kala ngay safe to babu kaytol la nimbe na emailol ni na fangol fix la mbe na donation ni na order tingol danila bari dukare na local bengol alengol kenna kangol la isajen kadi minula isa moy isa long moy millong ay mem moy wal kanyab be kala don nayata ni wato sota ni botna jeto ngado man newul min kilin tombon kumul kono sinawo tandala nin alay makoy woto hadsan nin birkama area kansulita bi ngatal kafundin na sura Kachaa.
Honorable Chair, Birkama Area Council. Okay. Honorable Chair, Birkama Area Council, Director of Governance, Councillors, CEO, Birkama Area Council, Chiefs, Alkalolu, VDC, representatives, media houses, securities, staffs, VIP, and members of the public. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I am Mamadou Esba, the regional accountant, Birkama Sub-Treasury, that is Governor's Office. And it's a great pleasure and honor to be here on behalf of the Governor, and I will thank him for giving me this great opportunity to grace this initiative. But before I go further, Honorable Chair, on behalf of Governor's Office and West Coast as a region, and on behalf of myself as a youth of West Coast, I want to tell you that we are very happy to grace this initiative, and we will pray for you to make sure we have many of this kind. Mandingkol ko nyajiyo musifa fulalti. Is ida amari ba sunurinne, wala amari ba kontanrinne. Even though nyajiyo mantra nyapano, but at least mbafala DJ mapo 30 seconds. Kaitandi aliyeko, West Coast is happy. Fund disbursement to all councillors is important for several reasons. Number one, local development. Ward councillors are responsible for representing the interests of their constituents and addressing local issues. The funds disbursed to them can be used for projects that benefits the community, such as infrastructure improvements, social programs, and public services. Number two, you have transparency and accountability. Funds disbursement to ward councillors can help ensure transparency and accountability in the use of public funds. Councillors are required to report on how the funds are spent, which helps prevent misuse of mismanagement of resources. Number three, empowerment of local representatives. Providing funds to ward councillors empowers them to take actions on behalf of their constituents and make decisions that have a direct impact on the community. This can help strengthen local governance and democracy. Number four, community engagement. Fund disbursements to ward councillors can facilitate community engagement and participation in decision-making process. Councillors can consult with residents on how to allocate funds and prioritize projects based on local needs and preference. Overall, funds disbursement to ward councillors plays a crucial role in promoting local development, accountability, empowerment, and community engagement. Last but not the least, Honorable Chair, mbalal de mbadiama ni maninga kamola. Konga fo yenya mimfanam a youth of West Coast, a proud one for that matter. So mbadua la simani jata kende aba to make sure we have many more of these kind of projects so that West Coast can be developed. Especially our road, Mariamakunda Road to Yuna, which has been started since 2020. So please, Madua opportunity yesoto. Where is my able? Okay, all right. So please, I can't wait to see that road is completed. I can't just wait. Alimbala the CEO made a tilo candidate, and don't man na juna form because Nina boss man na nyoje no bring Monday. The whole day I was in Banjul. Today I came a bit late and I could not even see him. But then, thank you all for your kind attention.
Honorable National Assembly members here present, representative of our regional governor, regional police commissioner here present, religious leaders, party militants, members of the public, ladies and gentlemen, and media fraternity covering this event. I bring you goodwill message from my honorable minister, who was due to be here to grace this occasion, but owing to some state pressing needs, he had left and therefore chosen me or delegated me to step into his shoes. I therefore address you today as his representative and not in my capacity as Director of Governance. Brikama Area Council has been known for disbursing funds earmarked to improve our communities' livelihoods. Thus today, under the new management, under the new leadership of Brikama Area Council, in the first quarter of 2024, we are here yet again to witness such an occasion. We must be reminded that development is about people. When you develop a people, you develop a nation. And therefore, taxpayers who pay their taxes that we utilize to bring much needed development to them must be improved. We have a responsibility as representatives of the people to ensure that development reaches their doorsteps. Therefore, these funds that we are about to witness, the disbursement to the various 28 wards of BAC, should be well looked after. 14 million that the council is about to part company with could have been injected to other areas of governance in the council. But bearing the need to plow back to the beneficiaries as service delivery institution, we must therefore guard at all costs, at all levels, from the center of the council to the periphery, that is the communities, these funds that we are about to disburse. I want to believe, and I am convinced, that these projects that council has approved for your execution were made in total consultation with the communities that we represent. Therefore, as a sector, as an oversight sector, we will be keeping an eagle's eye on the execution of these projects. From the word go to the end of the journey, to the end of the race. We don't want a situation where projects will begin, along the line or at the end of the project execution cycle, they become elephant projects. It is therefore important that we carefully brainstorm in identifying our various contractors. Avoid friendship. Avoid relationship. Give the job to whom it is due, so that at the end of the day, you'll go home satisfied. Once we disperse here today, and the projects kickstart, all eyes will be on the implementation. So let us ensure that we closely monitor, in particular I challenge the General Council, not to leave the execution of the projects entirely in the hands of the councillors. We should demonstrate a total commitment to teamwork. When all these wards successfully execute the projects earmarked for their respective communities, the credit will go to the council. And we should be prepared to take the credit and not the other way around. Those of us who have been schooled, our mathematics teachers have taught us that 4 plus 4, the answer is 8. But also remember that the same mathematics teachers have equally taught us that 5 plus 3 equals to 8. I've used 2 different scenarios, but arriving to the same answer, which is 8. What does that imply? Never take decisions on your own as representatives of the people. In identifying your projects, I am convinced that you have taken the right path with coming up with the appropriate project that you want to implement on behalf of your communities. Engage them. Bring them on board. They are not your enemies. but your partners in true development for Mother Gambia. By involving them, they will take ownership of the project. By putting them aside, they leave it to you to handle the entire project. And once it fails, fingers will be pointed to you as the sole responsible party for its failure. So you are about to board a boat. Bring on board all your respective stakeholders at the local level, so that together you execute these projects. As a council, as a government, as a ministry, we look forward to the successful implementation of these projects. We don't want a situation where along the line if some of the projects may fail. Failure shouldn't be part of your equation. Aspire to successfully execute the projects at a timely manner. Do not give your contractors a blank check. Projects must be time-bound. Projects must start at point A and must be executed and terminate at point B at a specific given time. We are in 2024. We do not envisage any of the projects to get into 2025. Report back, give feedback to the General Council and the administrative wing of the Council, so that each time they know the state of progress of implementation. Wherever you may find or have challenges, turn back to your colleagues, turn back to the Honorable Chairman. I know he will be willing to offer help, assistance, and guidance. Do not sit aback and try to struggle how to overcome such challenges. By turning back to the councils, together they will come to your aid. And any obstacle that may impede the implementation of the project will surely be thrashed out. Teamwork, work as a team. I stated earlier that in mathematics, or mathematics teachers have taught us that 4 plus 4, 8, 5 plus 3 equally is 8. What literally that implies is that one head alone cannot come with a solution or solutions. By involving others, they'll come up with similar solutions that may either be similar to yours or differ in one way or the other. But end result will be to get to the end of the lane. That much to the rest of us. Sometimes councils will struggle to bring development to the doorsteps of their people, but resource envelope is never enough to meet the challenges confronting us as a people. So General Council of BAC have provided you with such an opportunity. I challenge you to embrace it, so that come 2025, council and management will be more than happy, will be more than willing to disburse further funds. If the reverse happens, it will derail the progress and implementation of similar projects or other projects in the future. Let us always fully remember that as representatives of the people, the onus lies on all of us, from the center to the periphery. We are all in the equation in all aspects of development of the West Coast region. The Local Government Act, Section 603, subsection 1 of the Act, has mandated you as a council to bring about development at the level of the wards. Therefore, in fulfilling that mandate or that part of the Act, that is why we are gathered here today. So let it not be a waste of our time, those of us sitting here. Let it not be a waste of public funds that are coming or to be plowed back to the community, because it is a requirement that we commit certain funds to community development. To the Honorable Chairman, I extended Minister's greetings to all of you, and I want to commend you and your team, and to wish you the best of luck, and to urge you to continue nurturing your young, mindful, steadfast, and committed councillors, so that together, the expectations lying on our shoulders by our taxpayers are met to the bare bottom. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to take leave of you. Thank you for your kind and undivided attention.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning to everyone attending this milestone achievement. But the MC first, please permit me to recognize the presence of the dignitaries here seated before us, starting from the ministry, our line ministry, Mr. Gomez here with us, Kachaa, our own mom, the mother, a mentor, and a mother of a lot, Kachaa Yamundagi Yabo. I recognize your presence. Recognize the presence of the MPs who are here with us in the person of Honorable Almami Jiba. Your presence is highly recognized. My own MP, the MP of the biggest constituency, the MP of the MPs, and we have to make it very clear, Honorable Keba Kebaro is here seated before everyone. Honorable MP, your presence is recognized. Council of Elders, we have here in our presence Mr. Bajamba Bojang, Mr. Baseku Bojang, and many others, Honorable Amadou Sane. We have another dad, Mr. Tambedu. You are all highly welcomed. The police, my co, Mr. Konta, Dr. Mane, who is just arriving. We really recognize your presence and gracing the occasion together with us. The project that the disbursement targets are all SDG compliance. And when we talk about SDG compliance, we talk about sustainable development goals. And these are a set of objectives for equitable and sustainable health at every level, from the global biosphere to the local communities. There are 17 objectives that are designed to solve the global challenges, which are ending poverty, hunger, promote health and well-being, raising the educational standard, climate change, peace, ensuring access to clean and safe drinking water and sanitation, supplying dependable, affordable, and sustainable energy, fostering economic growth and inclusion, as well as achieving gender equality, achieving gender equality. The SDG are tailored to encourage innovation, build sustainable and accessible infrastructure, promote stable and viable industry, make towns and cities safe, also be resilient in the combat against climate change, preserve and sustainably use the marine resources, collaborate to fight against desertification, preserve and sustainably manage forest cover, promote and sensitize for equitable inclusion and peaceful societies. In order to achieve the sustainable development goals, individuals, that is I and you, institutions, local governments, and the state at large, to secure the society and the environment for the prosperity of the people. For us to achieve the sustainable development goals individually, we all have to recognize the importance and issues of SDGs and come together as one people of the globe to improve the planet. Therefore, for today's disbursement under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Yankuba Dabo, with his committed team of councillors and dedicated staff, are today focusing on targeting 7 SDG goals in our first quarter of the financial year. The target goals for today's disbursement are as follows. 1. Under SDG 1 and 8, we highlighted 7 projects which are meant to fight against poverty, decent work, and economic growth, of which 3.5 million is allocated, which is 25% of the 14 million. 2. Under SDG 2, also highlighted 4 projects that are geared towards fighting against hunger, of which 2 million is allocated, which form 14.3% of the 14 million. Under SDG 3, 2 projects are identified for promoting good health and well-being, which is 1 million is allocated, forming 7.1% of the 14 million. And under SDG 6, 11 projects have been identified for clean drinking water and sanitation, of which 5.5 million or 5,500,000 is allocated, forming 39% of the 14 million. And under SDG 7, 2 projects have been highlighted to cater for affordable clean energy, that's electricity expansion, of which 1 million is allocated, forming 7.1% of this 14 million. Under SDG 9, 2 projects for infrastructural development, that's road rehabilitation, of which 1 million is allocated, forming 7.1% of the 14 million. Please just permit me within few minutes to give you a rundown of which each of the wards identify as their project title for intervention. Kachaa ward, construction of a market shed, that is goal 8, and goal 1, decent work and economic growth with the fight against poverty. Sanya ward, access road maintenance, goal 9, infrastructure. Gunjur ward, maternity ward and a borehole, goal 3, good health and well-being. And Brufut ward, electricity expansion, goal 7, affordable and clean energy. Bijilo ward, construction of market shed, goal 8, decent work and economic growth. Sukuta ward, construction and rehabilitation of a toilet at the market, which is goal 6, that's clean water and sanitation. Wellingara ward, access clean drinking water, which is goal 8. Goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Kunkuja ward, toilet for football fields, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Lame ward, construction of a market shed, goal 8 and 1, decent work and economic growth. Banjulundi ward, maintenance of health center and access clean drinking water, goal 3 and goal 6, that is good health and well-being, water and sanitation. Kembuje ward, access road maintenance, goal 9, infrastructure. Suba ward, construction of a market shed, goal 8, decent work and economic growth. Marakisa ward, access to clean drinking water, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Giboro ward, construction of a market and a school fencing, goal 8 and goal 9, that is decent work and economic growth and infrastructure. Pira ward, electricity expansion, which is goal 7, affordable and clean energy. Kafuta ward, garden fencing, which is goal 2, zero hunger. Jaba ward, access to clean drinking water, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Block ward, access to clean drinking water, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Somita ward, access to clean drinking water, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Sintate ward, access to clean drinking water, goal 6. Wasadu ward, access to clean drinking water, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Bantanja ward, fencing of women garden, goal 2, zero hunger. Biam ward, access to clean drinking water, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Mayok ward, construction of a market shed, goal 8 and goal 1, decent work and economic growth and fight against poverty. Sivanor ward, access to clean drinking water, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. Kanilai ward, purchase of a tractor, goal 2, zero hunger. Kusamai ward, fencing of a women garden, goal 2, zero hunger. Nyambai ward, clean drinking water, goal 6, clean water and sanitation. The disbursement of these funds to the various ward committees is to foster people-oriented development within respective wards. To our dedicated and determined councillors with their strong ward development committees, we expect every one of us to judiciously utilize the fund for its intended purpose, as projects identified are all community-driven projects and SDG compliant. To the taxpayers, the Directorate of Planning and Development, the Development Subcommittee, and as well as the media fraternity, we all have a responsibility and should be committed to ensuring successful implementation of all the projects by actively monitoring the progress of the projects as well as information sharing. To colleague councillors, we have to be accountable and transparent throughout the management of the allocated funds. Monitoring of the project will be constant and the progress report will be laid before the General Council and the general public. Furthermore, the accounts will be monitored on how every budget is spent. Any colleague councillor or a member of WDC found wanting of misappropriation of the fund will face prosecution, and if it is a member of a WDC, that's Ward Development Committee, we will recommend for the individual's expulsion from the committee. Furthermore, any Ward Development Committee that fails on the implementation of the identified project based on the timeline, the council will be advised to bar the particular ward from accessing or receiving any fund from the council till the end of 2024, and the ward may be excluded in the coming 2025 ward allocation vote. Therefore, we advise ward councillors and the WDCs to choose their contractors very wisely. We want all the projects to be successful to meet our goals for 2024 financial year. Then I thank you all for your kind attention. Salute you all.
Good afternoon to everyone. To the representative of the Honorable Minister for Local Governments, Director for Good Governance, David Gomez, the representative of the Governor for West Coast Region, the Vice Chairman, CEO, General Staffs of BAC, honorable members of the National Assembly here present, honorable councillors, representatives of the ward development committees, distinguished invited guests, the national president of United Democratic Party, Adeyamanda Uyabo, and the entire national executive members of UDP here present, the chairman for NPP, Lamin Jamir here present, representative of the chairman for APRC and the APRC NATO Alliance, and everyone that is present with us today. Good afternoon to you all. On behalf of Brikama Area Council and my humble self, we are delighted to welcome you today to this August gathering at BAC on the 28th of February 2024 to witness a significant milestone in this region, which has never been registered prior. It is also the first of its kind under our nascent council, which came into office on the 1st of June 2023, or 8 months ago. Brikama Area Council is one of 8 local government administrative authorities in the Gambia, overseeing the region of West Coast region. Based on the Gambia's 2013 Population and Housing Census report, the West Coast region accounts for 37% of the 1.8 million total population of the Gambia. West Coast region has 699,000 people, 704 inhabitants as of 2013, and it is a lot more now because we have an annual growth rate of 6.12% each year. Thus, West Coast is considered as the most rapidly growing urbanized local government area in the country. The region comprises of 28 electoral wards represented by elected councillors, namely Sintate, Wasadu, Mayok, Bantanjang, Kanelai, Buyam, Kusamai, Sibano, Somita, Blok, Kafuta, Pirang, Jiboro, Kembuje, Nyambai, Suba, Marakisa, Katong, Gunjur, Sanyang, Sukuta, Bijilo, Brufut, Jabang, Kunkujang, Wellingara, Lameng, and Banjulunding. The rapid increase in the population is largely due to migration of mainly people from other regions within the country as well as the neighboring countries. In the Combo areas, especially in the Combo North, Combo Central, and Combo South, attracted most of the growth due to housing schemes and other socio-economic amenities available in these areas. This rapid increase in population comes with many challenges for the region, such as waste collection, management and sanitation, high population density and overcrowding, inadequate infrastructure and services, lack of affordable housing and slum creation, pollution and environment degradation, flooding and water problems. It is towards mitigating these challenges facing our region that we have created ward development funds for the 28 wards in the region. We've done this in order to enable us to register development projects in many communities of the region. This is aimed to be done through the engagement of ward development committees who are best positioned to identify and understand the priority development needs of the 28 wards in the region. For this reason, the BAC is delighted to register the disbursement of 14 million today to the 28 wards consisting our region. And I just want to reiterate, because I know for many people, it is still hard to believe that BAC is able to disburse this amount of money. But let me confirm it to you. The checks are not just boards. The monies have already been wired into your ward development account. So it is not a joke, it is a reality. We are further delighted because, as alluded earlier, this is the first of its kind in this region. From our history, as the MC cited, he had only provided such allocation to 10 wards in the last 5 years. You can imagine the wards that did not benefit from the last allocations. Some of the councillors are still bitter up to date. Thus, the allocation of such funds to all of the wards of the region today, each receiving 500,000, is truly significant feat of progress for the people of West Coast region. It is further worth noting that these funds being disbursed today are not some grants or donations received from benevolent donors, nations or organizations, either foreign or in country, but these are funds coming from the revenues we receive from you, the taxpayers of the West Coast region. In case anyone is wondering, of this council receiving such funds or revenues, people of West Coast, but unfortunately, it is the first time such kind of funds are being plowed back to the communities for development. It shouldn't, however, be a surprise to many of you, the electorate of this region, that we are able to register this milestone achievement today. For the opportunity to serve you here as BAC chairman and councillors was not a mere coincidence, but a direct consequence of your votes in the last local government elections in 2023. When you voted for change, which is the change that is now yielding the results that we are receiving today. That's why there is a famous adage that votes matters and votes have consequences. In my campaign for this office as chairman of BAC, I did inform you, the people of West Coast, about the level of corruption that was ongoing at BAC and its negative impacts on the progress and development of our people and our region. I have asked for your trust and confidence in entrusting me and together with my councillors for your votes in order for us to combat that corruption for you at BAC. I am grateful for the trust and confidence that you have bestowed on us, and it is the result of that trust and confidence that we are reaping the rewards today. When we came into office in June, that is 8 months ago, we found a BAC that was highly indebted with almost all the banks they were banking with. The institution was running on a deficit of $10 million with the banks, not to mention other entities, because they were owing a lot of other entities. The institution was also so much indebted that at one point, from its 2019 to 2022, it had been dependent on a private construction company for its NAWEC utility bills, because NAWEC was so fed up of BAC that it decided that it was not going to allow any meter to be operated on the name of BAC. That was how bad things were at BAC. In fact, it was so bad that BAC would struggle to pay salaries of its staffs for the months of October, November, and December each year, which earned that period a nickname in this council called limping period. In short, we inherited a council that was facing many of the challenges that I have mentioned earlier, but that which was crawling on its knees. Thus, we had a Herculean task. We had to muster courage to confront the cancer of corruption that was destroying BAC and expose its culprits. We took the necessary actions incumbent on us and sought the assistance of our bigger boss, the central government. But instead of assistance sought, we were vilified and victimized. On 5th December, the police descended on our premises, arresting all of my honorable councillors and detained them at Banjulinding Anti-Crime Camp for 2 days. Our councillor for Burfoot Ward, Abdullah Jammeh, suffered the worst reprisals for our efforts, as he was detained for more than 72 hours and was further subjected to some of the worst draconian one can imagine, as he was required to report at Banjul Police Headquarters for over a month from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Monday to Friday. His younger brother was also arrested at some point on the 4th of December 2023 because the police couldn't find him at his house, and they decided to hold his brother in ransom for his surrender. We went through all this because we wanted to end corruption at BAC. If we had conformed, or we had said, we don't want to go through that struggle, we don't want to suffer anything, we want the easier route, we would have never been taken to the police. Right. Not by our former CEO or the director of finance, right, as things were. But I am certain that we would not be here too to be able to give you the funds that we are disbursing today. So the reason why I had to narrate that, I want the WDC members to know where we got this money. So in summary, or in short, this money came from fire because we had to go to hell to get it out. So since we got it from hell, I want you to, just like the director of good governance and everyone said, let us make the best use of this money, because otherwise the fire that gave back to this money will consume any WDC that played with its money. So let us make sure that the sustainable development goals that were expounded by the development committee's chairman, Councillor Honorable Kante, those sustainable development goals aspired to be achieved from these funds, let's make sure we accomplish them. This will have a long-lasting positive impact on our people and benefit them immensely. For the women's garden that is fenced from these funds will ensure that vegetables are supplied to meet the dietary needs of many in the region, especially as we head into the Ramadan and we have a lot of Jamekundankas and Kuyates and Susos, Kamaras, and then who really need such vegetables. The profits earned from this, from the sales of those vegetables as well, will contribute in the payment of taxes to BAC, to the central government, as well as school fees, and it will keep our economy moving. So it is important that we plow the money back in fencing that garden so that our women are able to harvest something before the Ramadan and be able to sell it so they can be able to pay tax, school fees, and a lot other economic activity can emerge from it. Thus, every dollar well spent from these funds will add to the progress of this region and that of this council. Furthermore, as I noted earlier, this region still faces many daunting challenges. And the more we appropriately spend of its funds, the more we will assist in mitigating those challenges for the council and for the people of the region. This couldn't have happened without the compliance and the cooperation and support of the people of West Coast in paying their taxes. I will therefore acknowledge and commend the support and compliance of the people of West Coast in paying taxes, licenses, and rates to BAC. This revenue is the heartbeat of the council, without which we cannot survive. And we hope and pray that the event of today will serve as an obvious manifestation of the change you have voted for and the change you've yearned for long for this council, that change has now arrived. And it would also be our solemn commitment to you that we will serve only your best interests in this council. We therefore count on your continued support to ensure that this council eradicate corruption, that's one, and to ensure that we are able to overcome the many challenges facing our region. I further seize the opportunity to thank my colleagues in the council, both the elected councillors and nominated councillors. You see the joy on their faces today, because I bet you should have seen how they were fighting to get these monies back to their people. It was a fight every day on every council sitting. And some people, some of the councillors, I think some of the WDs, the accounts are not yet ready because they did not believe that we will be able to provide these funds today. And we did promise that this would come and it will happen. And today we thank God. We say, Alhamdulillah, God had made this possible for us. Our elected councillors and nominated councillors, your unflinching support had resulted in registering this. And hopefully, with that support and with that unflinching effort, we will register many more in this year and many more in the next year. As the MC said, as the MC alluded to, the target for next year is not 500,000, but $5 million is to everyone. To the senior administrative staffs of BAC and the general staffs of BAC, especially tax collectors, compliance officers, municipal police officers, the laborers, and everyone else in the finance department and every other department. Together, your efforts, your tireless efforts and commitment to duty have yielded in the amassing of the funds being disbursed today. And with that continuing support and commitment, we hope to amass even more money and be able to register even more developments in the coming months and not even years. Together, we can be able to fulfill the aspiration, the developmental aspirations of our people in this region. Finally, I want to thank everyone in attendance today for taking their time to grace this occasion with us, and I look forward to the successful completion of the projects identified for these allocated World Development Funds. Thank you very much.
Badiŋolu butum badiŋolu bi wato en so ñine la butum tulle ŋa kacalal moy ko ŋa fo ñamme ya be foni nasara kaŋol la bare butum in jamal be je mi yalan ko fanan na mol ya fonu janne kabrin kunun ko kol be tama kan ñama na be ke kan ñame ya be senen dal lale butum kaman ba to yala yankuba dabo la ko do dantan mi yalan ko ko be ko mata bare nga minu tombo ko mare gol kono bak wala mu nyinde ko do nyim bota dimbale kono de woto abe dunna dawda mom moy bulo kono salon ko fenne be mbul mi yalan ko bota dimba kono ni man ne hakilo to e problème o soto je woto salo wo dimba kilon ko be murra wala kan ngalo mota sonna wala anata la jayiro ne ala tentro di ala kansulol bela kata polisolu nyama kolalo mo be mi yalon ko be council amanci kata kilin ne nyinki bari bele kafta nyoma ye nyin ku himma kamin keta andun ko ako west coast nkolu albenyi ne nyini kanu wati jang pour ka falindro ko nyi nyongol da bari ala na halde ma falindro keta allafta minna o keta sain woto ako ale tenten ka makoy al na abe la nyokon allafta minna wasa keno o makoy robe keno la minti wala mu nyindi ka jenko bay jenke danda balo jenke danda siron ka bay doko dinkralto anin kanamul fananjo ñin mu bunda let min yalon ko wol ma ko bunda balleti ni nata itol fanana doko kono oto bade ngolu nga kemano jeyi nga tentu anala diam la koto on be diam ta je wala ngala moy lal fanan jeyi na sura Kachaa be ngayne sambale nan ba fulale ko ala baraka ala moy ko nyimala annal bade malan se Omar Fofana ba fulale mo ko ala baraka fo watu do tumala min nan nalbe benne jang koteke kana si in programme ko na sura Kachaa bi ngayne sambale nan min kata Brikama area council yankuba dabala nyaron kay akoto ba fala mole ala baraka bak fo watu do
Mengbe Kering.
Nkafo wole nyama.
Badi nyinde atebe kodi ma bade te me yaron ko Home Digital FM 99.9 ani Mengbe Kering TV wole nyin sambalena atol min yaron ko alkasafaro leke fir fewol le bal buda lafta kabin kankula ning alnata Home Digital FM jamu kankular bundal te dami yaron ko ning e kankula dunia bele kalong e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna ando manna da wala atur min yalon ko project ko bale bulu gambia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole nyim project ko kalamuta janne mudulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami yalon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix ngana murung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami yalon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online tv ine mole den Kachaa pour nyin kamala ise ku jama lonje ntolu dun mobunda le timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yurwande kanda malu ke kidimoti wala munna lo kan kumoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do le lafta mole kala mutande kana ker nan tara Brikama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commandi plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220 734 3125 hanside ning altulbe diaspora alsenna WhatsApp commandi nole plus 44 777 1676 759 wala Mengbe Kering nka fo wala nyama andum fanan nka ke wala nyama.